So again, this World Water Day, the United Nations has put this together to try to bring information to people, just really bring to our attention that there are water issues. And this year they've also included energy. It's Water and Energy Day. So it is tomorrow, but we're celebrating today. We're on the next slide. We're running across numbers like these. I'm focusing on the energy side, so you can see how the city light. And it's pretty impressive. 2.5 billion people have no access to reliable electricity. That's pretty amazing. The water link to this, 2.8 billion people live in areas with high water stress. It's not a good combination. And I'll admit to you, I see numbers like these and I find it incredibly discouraging. And then I hear people like Bill Gates say, these problems are solvable. And that gives me courage. I see people like Leon who says, you know what, I'm going to actually do something about this. It's my responsibility, I'm just going to do something. It gives me, again, encouragement. Encourage something can be done. So neat, and it's already happening. All over the world, we're finding impacts from water insecurity or energy production. So, our snowpacks. We have water sensors all over the Cascades, Seattle City Light, among others, to try to figure out exactly how much water do we have for hydroelectric power production. We keep track of it. We have a reservoir that we actually lower a certain amount to make sure we can fill it up for the summer. And we keep track of how much water there's in the mountains that's going to melt and fill it back up again. We're looking at, well, if the meltwater changes time frames, that means we produce power at different times of the year. So there are a lot of effects we start looking at and just trying to keep track of them. California, we have a bad snow year. Well, you can end up with 38% drop in power production from hydro. That's pretty impressive. It's hard to really compensate for that type of a loss. Hydroelectric in this country is a fairly small portion of our power generation. Worldwide, it's huge. Hydro is a significant portion of the world's generating capacity. You look at other types of plants, as well alluded to before, high temperatures in the Mississippi shutting down nuclear plants because there just wasn't enough heat exchange. The water was too warm to really absorb enough of the heat from the system to make the plant work properly, so you shut it down. And when you shut down a giant nuclear plant, well, the power has to come from someplace else. The predictions from the World Bank, this is all information that, in this case, the International Energy Agency also. We're looking at an increase in energy consumption of about 35% by the year 2035. It's going to increase water consumption just for power by 85%. We don't have huge stockpiles of extra water around. We're looking for really game-changing ideas. If we really are looking at getting energy to people, billions of people who don't have energy, and billions of people who don't have water. The challenge is trying to do both at the same time. So there are solutions out there. Some of these have been employed locally for a long time. Others are fairly new. But improving biofuels. Biofuels don't look like this wonderful silver bullet to solve a lot of problems. They're very water intensive in most cases to grow the crops that you need to make the biofuels. Improving power plant efficiency. City Light's conservation program has been looking at increasing efficiency for usage of power for decades now. And it's a great concept. If you increase efficiency anywhere in the system, whether it's internal combustion engine or whether you're looking at a lighting system anywhere else, you're decreasing the demand for the energy, which is decreasing the stress in the water, one way or another. Replacing old inefficient power plants, whether again you're looking at internal combustion engines, whether you're looking at larger power plants, where you're looking at decentralizing power production, take your pick. So the concepts up here, conserving water and energy, recycling and reusing water from operations, they run the gamut, but there are a lot of possibilities. I won't run through the entire list up there. That's my last slide on this one. It's just a fairly short item.